My name is Chris Sowell. I'm the Director of Operations at Warrior Wellness Program. I'm here because the Warrior Wellness Program saved my life. My story is unfortunately not unique. After my 4th deployment, I was struggling to fit into my own family. I had a lot of pain and unprocessed trauma. I turned to drinking and eventually drugs as a means to cope. Ultimately, I destroyed everything I loved, to include my marriage, career, and family. On November 6, 2015, I hit my bottom. I was arrested for DUI and possession. I was so out of it that days later, when I came to in that jail cell, in a straitjacket, I knew something needed to change. I went to Veterans Treatment Court and was sentenced to probation and 50 hours of community service. While I was there, I met another veteran. He told me, hey, go check out Warrior Wellness. The people there are great. So I drove over there with him. He introduced me to the staff and I arranged to do my hours. I was all set to do all 50 hours in 1 week and get out of there. But the staff, they treated me like a human. They made me feel at home. So I continued to come back and volunteer because I needed to know more. Here's the incredible thing that I saw. Veterans would come into the program and immediately I could identify with the hopelessness, the pain, from vets who looked and acted just like me. Then they went to a few sessions of a very specific kind of therapy that helps people deal with trauma. It's called ART, Accelerated Resolution Therapy. And after just a few sessions, they had transformed. They felt lighter, they were happy. I was skeptical, really skeptical. But I knew I had to try. And this is what it was like for me. As crazy as it sounds, the therapist would wave her hand for me to track with my eyes. This replicates a rapid eye movement during our deepest sleep. While tracking her hand, I began to visualize the event that had been haunting me, something that has brought me guilt and shame. The protocol allows for the removal of the strong and emotional response to that event. It then allows my brain to fully process and store the memory. It then helps to recreate a new image, one without the physical and emotional response. The intrusiveness of that memory, it doesn't have control over my life anymore. I had gone through 7 years of talk therapy and gained lots of tools. But in just 3 short days at Warrior Wellness, I found healing. And that dream that had been haunting me for over 13 years, I haven't had it since. Along with this incredible therapy, I was introduced to other alternative treatment options, like mindfulness, art therapy techniques, yoga, guided meditation, music, equine, and even a trip to a raptor sanctuary. Every participant takes what works for them and leaves what doesn't. At Warrior Wellness, over the last 7 years, we consistently get significant results. 51% reduction in PTSD symptomology in 1 week, 62 in depression, 55 in anxiety. It doesn't work for everyone, but it works for most. We get to watch people come in on a Monday ready to give up, and by Friday, they're ready to live again. The veterans who come to Warrior Wellness are generally frustrated by the bureaucracy of the VA. I don't think the VA intentionally sets out to make things difficult, but every person who joins the military then fights for benefits when they get out. I believe this creates a victim mentality when veterans have to present as somebody that is beyond help. Let me tell you about Josh. Josh is an Army Ranger. He's done multiple tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. He was struggling with intrusive thoughts and reoccurring dreams for over 15 years. Then out of nowhere, he started having anxiety attacks and thinking he was going to die. He would go to the emergency room, unable to explain what was going on. When he heard his daughter say, "What's wrong with Daddy? I'm scared," Josh knew something needed to change. He was contacted by another ranger who'd recently been through our program. He gave us a call and we were able to get him in quickly. Josh said on day 2 that all the pressure and weight had been lifted off and he began to reclaim his life. He finished the rest of the week clearing some of the trauma. See, Josh was a triathlete. He wasn't able to train for months prior to our program because his anxiety was so bad. Well, he's back at it now. Josh just finished an Ironman and will race Ironman Lake Placid in July. Josh is able to be a better father, a husband, and a friend. The trauma from war can be overwhelming. I can acknowledge the things that happened in combat. But there were things that were completely beyond my control that I put solely on my shoulders. Guilt was the heaviest thing I've ever carried, and I carried it for way too long. It didn't have to be on my shoulders. There was a tool available to help me control the fire in my mind, to bring this incredible program to other men and women like me. We offer them an opportunity to heal and remind them that they can live again. The work is theirs to do. Help us help them.